What are you doing? Can I have that? Excuse me, Peanut. Everything that I do in my house, I just do with a squirrel on my shoulder. Clean up, watching TV, breakfast. I had to be very patient with him.
We have to do this every morning.
But Peanut changed my personal life. I work as a building inspector. So I was leaving work one day and I saw the squirrel get hit by a car. And as I got closer, I noticed a little baby. And the little baby was Peanut. And instead of him running away, he actually just crawled up my leg. So I took him home and I nursed him back to health. I wanted him to be a wild squirrel, so I did re-release him back outside. But he only spent a day outside before he got attacked. I found him sitting on my porch, missing half of his tail.
Excuse me, Mr. Grumpy.
I thought I got him prepped well enough for the outdoors, but unfortunately, he just never developed the wildlife instinct. Ever since then, we have just become inseparable. When I get home, he actually wags his tail. I'm his personal tree, his chauffeur. He loves to jump on me when I open the refrigerator because he knows all of his treats are in there. My friends and family don't even ask about me anymore. It's all about Peanut. It's always love, it's always caring. And that's something that I will cherish forever.
Come on, boy.
He comes up out of his hut and takes off running and jumps on me within seconds. No, he'll sit up on top of my hat. That's like his new thing.
Come here. You tell me he ain't special.
And I'll probably kiss him 1,000 times a day.
I love you, boy.
It's crazy. I'm probably nuts, but I love him. Originally thought I would rehab Drax and release him, but it didn't turn out that way. I was at work. I got a telephone call that somebody needed help with a squirrel. I've rehabbed wildlife for a long time, and I get calls like that quite often. He had been down out of a tree for 14 hours. Skinny, dehydrated. He was laying in a fire ant's nest. He had a bunch of fly bites on him. So I took him home, cleaned him up, defleed him. He started to take the milk. Oh, he was a fighter. That's for sure. And he gained weight and got big. It was time to release. It just wasn't happening. He was screaming and everything. So he stayed in. So he has his own room now. He got excited to see me every time I would come in. He'd run across his cage and jump down on me. And then he would get his pets and his rubs and a couple kisses.
Say good Sunday morning, everybody.
And he just enjoyed life by helping him. He's completed a big empty spot in my heart.
I think Nyka, she's a brat. She just jumps on my head and just starts swimming around in my hair and is ridiculous. Running around getting into everything. She's just a crazy, playful 2-year-old.
What's that? That's not nice.
And she will always be wild first. My friend rescued her. Her boyfriend at the time was on a construction site, and he just saw this little squirrely, just eyes open and really thin, just not in good shape. So they took her to a rehab, but they were just too crowded and they were going to euthanize her. So she was like, I can't keep this squirrel. Do you think you can? So I went over and I fell in love in 2 seconds. She was this tiny little ball that was already sleeping. And ideally, you want to rehab and release. But she developed feeding seizures. When I first saw it, it was probably the scariest thing ever. To see my little baby just still and completely blank, it was heartbreaking. Luckily, she grew out of them, but by then she was 17 months old. She was so connected to me, and she wouldn't have made it outside. So I was like, oh, okay, you're staying with me forever.
You're so cute. What's your problem?
She was just wild, crazy, always wanting to play. She's like a cat, kicks with her back legs. Her sass, it's like one of the cutest things I've ever seen. But she's really good at not biting too hard.
Oh goodness, I love you so much. I love you so much.
Those cuddles. But it's very rare, and that's what makes them so much more special. They are wild first, no matter what. And I'm so glad that she put her life in my hands and has done way more for me than I have or will ever do for her.